In this video, I'll be showing you how to use buttons on secret redstone hacks. In my last video, we basically build this right here. We basically have built this right here, which is also known as a 10-element delay line block, which involves using a couple of redstone as our oscillators. Since clock circuits are basically what are transforming these stills to power on, you can use any type of information, so check that out in the link below. But anyways, the main part of how to craft buttons is just easy. If you're crafting any type of button, like a wooden block, like a wooden button, you'll use like a piece of wood, or if you craft like a stone button, you'll need some stone. But since we're creative, we're gonna use we have the elements of using buttons. And if you're in survival mode, get those blocks and craft them. So we're gonna pull out our buttons now. So grab yourself. We'll just use stone buttons, and we'll use oak buttons. Then for this first one, basically what I show you, for the first step, we're gonna talk about where buttons are placed at. So grab yourself some blue wool. Where is it? Right here. So build yourself like an L shape, like a corner L shape. Like this one right here, you see right here. And then basically, place part is that basically you place buttons anywhere. So basically, if you want to have like a redstone activator right here, you'll place some buttons like on the sides of your block right here, on every corner of this block, or you can place them on here as well. Now, if you place a block play a button right here, you can't place no button there. The reason why is because this button's in the way, so you must delete that button in order to put the button there. You can place them basically you can place them on the bottom of the blocks or on top of blocks, like this right here. So kind of a little interesting thing. I'm gonna look back at the redstone guide and I'll get back to you guys. If you use buttons for something, like for example, if you want to power on redstone lamps, then you have the right idea. So unfortunately, since we can do this, basically go ahead now, take our place down a redstone lamp like there, and cover it with redstone, and then basically put a button there, and it activates it. Only 1 second though, so you might want to use a lever. But we can already know what it's like to do. So place a few pounds of redstone there, then place a stone, an oak button this way, or any type of button you'll use for, and then basically that creates this. Basically, it could turn on redstone. But if we connect redstone to back here towards the block, watch this. So this is turn on, but just look very carefully. Yeah, sure. So basically, the main part is that it doesn't turn on the lamp here, because basically it's in the corner. So basically, if you turn this on, you'll get a bright idea of using buttons to push on redstone lamps. Alright, I'm gonna look at the redstone guide and we'll get back to you guys when I'm done. If you want to power on redstone lamps an easier way, or like a little great way, then here's what you'll need to get. So for this next, you'll need a couple of items. You'll need oak buttons, light blue wool, redstone lamps, and a bow and arrow. And why bow and arrow? I'll tell you later. Once you get all those items, you'll basically have to do, you can either use a bow and arrow or a crossbow. I prefer a bow and arrow. Birthday to you. So place a blue wool right there with your button there, and it comes from it. Behind it, place redstone coming from it, and then place your redstone lamp. Now, if you don't want to press the button here, we understand. The main part for the bow and arrow is that you could hit the target like this, and it turns on the lamp. And the main part is the bow stays in there. Like for example, if you don't want to, if the thing goes off for like 1 second, and if you want to keep it on, then a bow and arrow will be good for this. But you can't use stone, because stone is really indestructible with bow and arrow, and it'll break the arrow. So let me show you for example. See? It doesn't do nothing. It just sticks there. One sec, guys. So that's like a little example of how you can turn on redstone lamps by just using a bow and arrow. Alright, I'm gonna take a look at it again, and I'll be right back. For this last step in the redstone guide, if any button you can use to basically acquire with redstone ticking, then that'll be great. So you'll need this again. Take this, and then you'll place some wool there like this, and then place some like right here, and then underneath it you'll place redstone. And if you put that, and you press that button there, it turns on that redstone. But then we'll place another button right here. If we make the acquaintances by placing redstone back here, and then we place a redstone lamp right there. The other option is that if we connect redstone like this, so before I say about here, luckily no physical matter will happen. So we'll use a bow and arrow right here. So I gotta make sure. And see, it turns on redstone, but we can use it again for this right here. And genuine. Now, basically, the bow stays in there, and it doesn't do nothing because of the redstone lamp is actually taking power. So kind of an abbreviation of what we can use bow and arrow for. And then if you're done using them, you collect your bow and arrows, and then you can basically, the lamp turns off. But that's how you do the simple hacks. And one more thing I want to show you with button hacks. This is kind of the fun part. So, basically we'll delete everything. We don't delete everything. The first step we want to do is that we're going to create something great. So you'll need a few more items to do this. So you'll grab yourself, let's see what we need. Grab yourselves some, I guess, block of redstone here, sticky piston, and I think redstone torches. The cool part is I want to show you how to do this. So drop down some redstone, and then place some buttons on it, and then grab your bow and arrow, and then aim firely at the button. Oh. See, well, the main part is that it doesn't turn on, but if you have the high stakes of this, so place pistons down there. All right, then watch this. See if we can do this. See, you kind of get the idea of how you could do this, but the main part is that when you do this, you could cover it with redstone. So place redstone on the back of these pistons right here, and use a redstone torch. They just light up easily. And then place a redstone block there. And then when you get the idea, guess what? This can be like a little something here. This could be like a little target practice. See? So then, like, for example, like, you can like do something like this. For example, you can like shoot with this, so it can be like a little target, like a little archery. So if you aim it properly, you'll obviously use your redstone fantasy to hit the targets. And the redstone torches are like, basically what the redstone torches are is that they basically keep an occupation from like doing nothing, but like they make sure that we don't want to go off the line there. And also, and have you seen that one video? Also, the one project I did of where we basically did was that we basically made a clock circuit like that looks like a bow, an arrow launcher. Well, we could do something like that, for example. So we could basically the requirements of how to do this again are basically slim. So basically, and that's how you use the basically use buttons for this video. Thank you for watching. Please check out any other tutorial videos you'd like to see in my Minecraft description. Please check out Ice channel. It's for the headquarters. She has the Minecraft tutorials. As always, thumbs up for safety.
Like a Hellcat.